Hi everyone and welcome back to the WARNO Super League from SDL. Today we are in round 2 once more with Toff and Zooboss. Toff over on the left in blue as the 8th Infantry, no forward deployment there. And over on the right in red we have Zooboss playing as the 35th. Obviously plenty of forward deployment here. Look at them all piled up there. Where are they all going? Let's have a look. Absolutely everywhere. Have you ever seen so many lines? Loads of lines going all over the place. And at the other side, what do we have? Probably, I assume, a good spread. Yes, a good spread, mainly around the center points. Let's have a quick look. Anyone going right to the other side? Yes, we do have a good spread right across the center for Zooboss. He's going for a wall, shall we say. Interestingly, nothing appearing to go here. We do have 2 attack choppers straight away, unsurprisingly, in this version. Over at the other side, we also have a tow cobra out, scout up front, couple of recon scouts. I'm assuming this, yes, I was going to say someone's going to go over near Alpha. Some engineers there being brought in as well. Obviously, the 35th are at a big advantage in that they can get into Bravo pretty quickly. They'll be able to get into Charlie pretty quickly. So, you know, it's for Zooboss to lock this down. And it's then going to be Toff's job to breach into these areas. And obviously, depending on how aggressive Zooboss is, he could basically control all the way to the other side of Bravo. Especially since there are no scout units or recon units being sent here by Toff. The tow cobra is being sent there, but Zooboss has forward deployable anti-air. Granted, they're not going to be as effective in this particular patch as they will be in the current patch and patches to come, but right now there'll still be a deterrent for that tow cobra. Tow cobra, obviously, quite a lot of health. Not quite as good as having an Apache out. There is this Thunderbolt lingering around. We do see that there's quite a bit coming, to be fair. There's a Stinger there, so he will have some anti-air. He's got the Thunderbolt, which can do anti-air as well. So he's got stuff that can deal with the helos from Zooboss. Fighting Falcon coming in there. What is it going for? Oh, MiG-29 coming in as well at this side. MiG-29 is going for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's going for the chopper. MiG-29 is dead. The Fighting Falcon got it, but the A-10 is down. Fighting Falcon taking fire from the Mi-24. Managed to get some shots off on the Akula. It is badly damaged, but not dead. Tow Cobra has stopped Zooboss in his tracks here. However, there are units coming this way. These ones are going to deploy here. That, I was going to say, it'll probably hit the Cobra when it gets out if the Cobra doesn't spot it. Cobra is out of rockets, but still has missiles left. Good move by Zooboss, getting deeper in here. Anti-air chopper coming over to deal with it as well. The Igler can't see it at the moment, I think. No, can't see it quite yet. That is in a really bad position, that Igler. Look at the sight range on that. It's really difficult, though, with ground to air. Ground to air line of sight is really weird. Loss of a unit there for Zooboss. So, Cobra is down, but it kind of did its job, because as I said, one of the big advantages Zooboss had here were the forward deployment troops, and the ability to potentially take over the whole of Bravo. Because of that one chopper, not happening. Zooboss is now at the back of Bravo, which has allowed Toff's units to get to that side of Bravo, and he can now move in. Another Thunderbolt anti-tank coming in. Going to go for these choppers, I'm sure. In the midst of everything else. So the Akula is back there. Thunderbolt is going for this chopper here. Zooboss in a nice forward position here. Now, is Zooboss going to be able to hold this? It is really hard to say. But having such a forward position means that he can bring reinforcements into the main town and have a bit of a buffer zone. So there is an advantage to doing this, even if he can't hold against the amount of stuff that Toff has. Also, it means that Toff might think twice about pushing up. I mean, look at this. Those Rangers are getting minced by all these units here. Spetsnaz there, obviously dishing out some serious damage. MiG-29 in there as well. Looks like Is that an A10 dead at the other side, perhaps? I mean, the MiG-29 is down as well. That's 2 MiG-29 losses. Quite a few plane losses for this early in the game. 2 A10s, I think, there, and 2 MiG-29s for Zooboss. Obviously, 1 chopper loss for each player as well. That said, I think the recon chopper that was here has gone down as well. I think that was the Cobra, and I think that was the recon chopper. Couple of units here now for Toff. Zooboss being a little bit aggressive there. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Command rolling around the map. Currently it is neutral. Command also rolling around for Toff. I remember someone mentioned in the comments of one of the previous games about one of the players not getting points or capping points early on. I have mixed feelings about that because capping points early on can be beneficial, but equally not spending, you know, money on a second command vehicle to do it really quickly can mean you have more troops on the front line. So there are good points and bad points to doing that. It gives you a head start in points, but we've seen plenty of times in previous tournaments that someone has come back from, you know, 1,000 points down or more to win the game on points purely because not spending on commands at the start allowed them to have a bigger build-up of forces to push through the map. That's not to say it always works out like that. It depends on the player. So Toff has managed to secure these buildings here with the forces that were there. Not moved up at that side. Command is in to neutralize here. That Akula is back up and in action. Will be putting out some damage. Jaeger there getting absolutely minced by the Spetsnaz with their RPOs. Plenty of reinforcements coming in. Another Mi-24 coming in there. Now that is a Mi-24 recon chopper, but it is technically a full health chopper in the sense that it has more than 8 hit points. So Zooboss now has 3 on the field, which is his limit for the game. One is dead. I was about to say, actually, he has brought out another Mi-24V. Now, that came out before that was dead. Now, technically, I don't know if that's in breach of the rules. I need to double check them. Because it's 3 choppers. Technically, one of them's a recon chopper, but it is still an attack chopper with that health. I need to double check the rules. But, I mean, he's... While maybe falling foul of it briefly, it was short-lived because the Akula got taken out by the Fighting Falcon there. Pivad's there doing a good job at suppressing this Mi-24. Fighting Falcon getting some shots off on the recon chopper at the back there. Abrams rolling in for Toff there. Command rolling into here. Just a command currently for Toff though. No command coming in at the moment for Zooboss. Jaeger getting minced immediately by those rockets. A little bit stalemated now. Everything's quieted down. Going to be a build-up of forces for a short while. Just spotted that SPG-9 UAZ just sat at the back there. That's going to cause havoc for stuff coming in. Obviously, particularly unarmed supply vehicles. Cobra is heading over that way. Ah, it has already killed something. It killed a little truck or a jeep. The Cobra may go for it. Oh no, Cobra's coming back because it needs to deal with what's going on here. Mi-24K absolutely ripping apart the engineer's flash at the front there. Stinger will engage on these helos. Obviously quite a high reload time. Cobra will go up against the Mi-24 anti-air chopper. Few Iglas coming in there. Another commander's coming in to neutralize this point. little bit thin on the ground for Toff right now. SPG-9 just laying waste to everything there. Fighting Falcons coming in and a Thunderbolt. Mainly for the choppers, I would imagine. Choppers obviously causing a lot of havoc. Fighting Falcon has got one kill, but has taken damage from the Igglers there. Thunderbolt coming around for another pass. Scouts being called in and a Cobra to deal with the SPG-9 there. Thunderbolt going for some passes on the ground infantry. Pretty effective still with that forward cannon. A little bit of movement up here from Toff. He is making some progress. Has forced Zooboss back slightly. Zooboss with nothing in the middle at the moment though. Lots of focus here, and it's quite a contrast, isn't it? Zooboss with all these forces here, and Toff with just these ones. And then over here we see Zooboss with just two, and then Toff with all of that. So I think we can safely say that Toff is probably about to take Charlie, and I imagine that Zooboss is going to take Bravo. I'd be very surprised if it didn't go that way within the next few minutes. Cobra doing a good job taking out that vehicle back there. Few expensive losses to some extent for Toff there. Won't be very happy about it. Bravo is now neutralized. Toff slightly ahead in points at 138 to 58, but it's not a huge jump. It's easy to catch up. Nothing here for Zooboss either. I mean, we've seen very little movement on the bottom, except for once we've seen Echo capped by the person on the left-hand side. But right now, you could easily roll into Echo, cap it, and basically sit there and just be a nuisance. Obviously, it would mean bringing in another command vehicle, though, which has its own expense. Toff making some progress here. Flash moving up will make short work of those Spetsnaz. They don't have any RPOs. Here, though, it's looking very much like Toff is completely surrounded, is really going to struggle here. Stingers obviously trying their best, but they're not ground units, so they're going to get minced. There's only 2 men in that squad, and they're up against the Spetsnaz. Cobra is coming in here, but there is a Spetsnaz behind as well, which we're dealing with any vehicles that come in. We can already see there's something dead down there. Fighting Falcon in again. Not sure what it's going for. It's flying to that side of the map. Could it be going for a gun run on a building? Gun run on these guys at the back? Yes, indeed. Gun run. Very effective as well. These strafing runs are still proving pretty useful here. AC-25 anti-tank jet coming in at the back there. First time we've seen one of those this game. Huge amount of forces in this point for Zooboss now. Does feel like there is an overwhelming force here, but can Zooboss utilize this to completely take this point and then pivot straight into Charlie? AC-25 coming in. AC-25 very dead. 2 Fighting Falcons in. Crashed into some units, of course. That command has not yet been seen, but the M67 will shortly see it. Almost saw it and almost fired. Struggling. There we go. That one's going to kill it, surely. There it goes. I was going to say. Back to +1 for Toff now. Just gaining slightly on that small lead. But, you know, we are just over 10 minutes into the game, really. There's a long way to go, and that's very few points to make up. Another Akula coming in now. We haven't seen a huge amount of Akulas in this tournament so far, to be honest. Not many people playing in divisions that can bring them in, of course. But it's nice to see them being utilised as much as the Apaches, perhaps, in this game. So, as expected, Bravo now completely in control of Zooboss, and Charlie now completely in control of Toff. Toff will get himself in a nice position to secure this end and try and stop Zooboss pushing back in. What he needs to be wary of is the potential for Zooboss to push in from the side, because there's nothing here anymore. Which means that Zooboss can pivot into Charlie from Bravo and potentially cause a lot of issues. It really depends on how Zooboss plays this. Whereas I don't feel like Toff is in a position to push into Bravo from here. Fighting Falcon coming in, going straight for that Akula. Akula was landed, I think, or made to go lower. Yes, indeed, landed to stay out of the way of the Falcon. A sign that Zooboss is paying attention there. Fighting Falcon coming in here, going for the MI-24. Another MI-24 there. And an Akula there. Seed Jet coming in now. I assume that was going to be utilised for anti-air capability. One Fighting Falcon on its way out the map. Another one coming in, and one up there as well. This Seed Jet under a lot of fire. Obviously has decent ECM. Managed to dodge most of that fire. A little bit damaged though, so we'll be off the map for a short while. Fighting Falcon going for that Akula. Toff really wants it dead. Fighting Falcon coming in again. Just not managing to finish the job. MiG-29 in. Haven't seen a MiG-29 since the start of the game when 2 were lost. Made short work of that Fighting Falcon. Another Fighting Falcon on the way in. I would have thought that MiG-29 was evacing, but it's not. MiG-27 HE bomber coming in as well now. There's a lot of red down here. Fighting Falcon taking it to the MiG. MiG is down. Managed to get a shot off at the MiG-27 HE bomber as well. Is now out of missiles. Will evac. Is going to be flying over enemy zone though. Will take some fire probably from the Afghanskis down there. Oh, and it's dead. Wait, is it? No, it's not. I think it got out just in time. That was just as everything was firing at it. I thought they'd popped it, but I think it actually got out intact. That is a very lucky F-16, because it flew over all those air defenses there. Thunderbolt here, just spinning around the area. A lot of chopper losses for Zooboss, unsurprisingly. They've been a big issue in the tournament, so people want to kill them as quickly as possible. This command vehicle escaping death by the skin of its teeth. I mean, look at the Spetsnaz, was so close to it. Currently neutralized with Toff slightly ahead. Just over 23 minutes left of this match, and it could easily swing either way. Attack beacon gone down there. I think that's on the Akula being rearmed, the Mi-24, and the supply chopper there. Any artillery in? There is currently no artillery on the map from either player, actually, because this is the perfect time to, you know, lay waste to an area with some artillery. Lots of reinforcements coming in here for Toff. Spetsnaz. CVs are going to be very good against these Spetsnaz because they don't have anti-tank. A little bit concerned from the Spetsnaz OP around the back there that do have the RPG-29. Fighting Falcon in again. Where's that going? Other side of the map. There's nothing in Foxtrot. There's nothing defending Foxtrot. Toff obviously could push in there. Doesn't know that. The same as could push into Echo and doesn't know that. Everything from Zooboss is focused in this area of the map. Fighting Falcon came in. Did some damage to the Mi-24 there. Really interesting to see how this pans out now. Because if it's stalemated as it is right now, game is definitely in Toff's favour. But it feels like Zooboss has a lot on the field. No one is in as well now. Still no artillery. Oh, finally, an artillery piece in. An M110A2. Again, would be devastating if hitting this area correctly. MiG-24 hitting the fire team. I mean, the fire team is dead. They're not getting out of there alive. Spetsnaz again, around the back, being very sneaky with these units, Zooboss. Really, really effective. You've caused some serious damage killing stuff that's on its way in. Few units spread about over here as well. Nice defensive wall here, but I'm a little bit worried about the back of this area. Scout all the way over on this point now. He's just looking. He's just looking, Toff. But yeah, Toff could be in there. Toff could be in there. I'm surprised we haven't seen another command coming in. I obviously don't know how many commands these guys have in their decks, but I'm almost surprised we haven't seen a command come in and head over there. But Toff is having a good scout of that entire point. F-11F HE bomber there. Has it actually dropped its bombs on something? It has indeed dropped its bombs. Because that's all it has. I have no idea where it dropped. Possibly here somewhere? I didn't even see it. Good use of these choppers again by Zooboss. Doing a really good job with those. Spetsnaz getting pinned down by a Tow Cobra here. Tow Cobra and the Scout obviously badly damaged by the Igla that was there. They need to be pulled back and repaired badly. MiG-27 HE coming in. Oh, taking fire from the Eyehawk though. And it's dead. Oh, that's a nasty loss. Eyehawk just getting those couple of shots off as it went overhead. MiG-25 Seed coming in to go for the Eyehawk now. Another F-11F coming in. Lovely carpet bombing. Certainly did some damage. That needs to be evac'd. That can't attack that. That is dead, the Eyehawk, though. Command back in this point. That is not going to last long. That is a risky maneuver. There's the command. Command from Charlie heading up towards Foxtrot. That'll be another +2 in favour of Toff. And there's nothing to respond with from Zooboss' side. Zooboss needs to get back into Charlie. We're also now in a position that Zooboss has been pushed back here, has lost most of his units. And Toff is certainly outnumbering. Because obviously Zooboss has pivoted back down here, but can't penetrate this wall of defense, is slowly killing stuff, but it's a challenge. There's 25 AT coming in. Oh, and that's a loss of a Fighting Falcon there. This Fighting Falcon swinging around, but there is plenty of air defense on the ground for Zooboss as well now. Fighting Falcon taking shots from the SU-25. SU-25 not the best unit for anti-air combat, but can do it. Took out a chopper as well. Zooboss will be pleased with the performance of the SU-25 there. Foxtrot obviously now in Toff's possession. +3. The question is, can Toff also take Bravo? If Toff takes Bravo, this could all be over. Zooboss obviously not moving too aggressively with these units here. Really needs to be in this town to be able to take Charlie. There's the command dead in Bravo. That's +4 for Toff. Points now ticking up rather quickly. Nothing left in Bravo either. This is very much a wipeout. Obviously those Spetsnaz still there, able to take stuff out that is coming in from behind. I don't think that Toff has realised they're there still. Seed coming in again, and another SU-25 AT. Just trying to hit some of these ground units, do some damage. Stinger obviously getting a couple of shots off. I was wondering if we'd see more anti-air. Yes, there we go. In fact, some pivads, I assume, going to be heading towards... Where are they heading? They are heading here. I was going to say, somewhere towards the centre. A couple of Eyehawks coming in as well, I imagine. Also heading, yes, towards the centre point. I'm not sure I've seen the M110 fire as yet. These Spetsnaz, I've just realised those Spetsnaz can only see the road here. They have killed various things, though. There they go. Killed something else. I mean, they are taking stuff out here. That's actually quite nice positioning, because you can't see them as you come up the road. But they're getting kills here. And I think Toff still hasn't realised. No, Toff still hasn't realised. He's about to probably lose both of these squads of engineers as well. This is an expensive set of losses to constantly be losing stuff on this corner. Unit has stopped to engage, but it's over. Zooboss surrendered. Good game, guys. Well played to bother you. Zooboss, really good play with your choppers early on. And Toff, very good play with your F-16s in combating that. They came in very handy, did the job. But Toff, got to commend you. You were nice and aggressive. You kept pushing. You were scouting ahead. It panned out for you in the long run. Unfortunately, Zooboss just didn't have enough defenses on those back points. But well played, guys. That was a really fun game. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned on the channel. There will be more as the week goes on.